Hello, everyone. This is Grace. It is December the 4th, 2025, and I wanted to do a quick correction on my understanding of using drinking wine for social reasons. One of the primary reasons for me to change my mind is this verse here. Let's read this. Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. So here we have wine being used for medicinal purposes. I have two more scriptures also. Let's go ahead and read through those. And when David was a little past, we don't need that part. Let's just read here. And the king said unto Ziba, What meanest thou by these? And Ziba said, The asses be for the king's household to ride on, and the bread and summer fruit for the young man to eat, and the wine that such as be faint in the wilderness may drink. So you can see again, it's for medicinal purposes. Now here it's not clear from medicinal purposes that it's for medicinal purposes, but you can deduct that it is. This is when David had asked Nabal for food for him and his men, and Nabal had refused, and David was really mad and was going to go and kill him, but his wife Abigail snuck and brought food out to David and his men. Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine, and 5 sheep ready dressed, and 5 measures of parched corn, and 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on asses. So you can tell just by the massive amounts of the other quantities of food, where she had 200 loaves, 5 whole sheep ready dressed, 5 measures of parched corn. I don't know what a measure is, but 100 clusters of raisin, 200 fig cakes, all of this, but she only took 2 bottles of wine. So you can tell that everybody isn't supposed to drink the wine. Only the people that had a problem with their stomach. That's what the wine was for. It's all of the examples in the Bible are for medicinal purposes. And you can say the Last Supper was a bottle of fermented wine, but you're never going to convince me that Jesus was drinking fermented wine. I absolutely will not accept that. That doesn't make any sense at all. But and then all of the other instances, they're drunk. They're getting drunk. So the examples in the Bible for fermented wine are very bad. But I can't get over this. Now, we know you can use wine or alcohol for medicinal purposes. For social reasons, the Bible just doesn't support it. Except this verse here. And I just can't let it go. Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake, and thine often infirmities. And I can't let go of the fact that it puts a little bit of the burden on the person that's drinking the wine, that you can drink a little bit of wine for preventative reasons. So you want to drink it socially? Okay. If you want to drink it at home, okay, fine. If you want to drink it for whatever, I'll take some this time or that time or whatever. For whatever your reasons are, it doesn't require it to be drank for medicinal purposes. It's telling you to drink wine for preventative purposes. That's the interpretation I got. And I can't remember what my original interpretation was, because I don't think I believed it was fermented wine. I think I believed that it was grape juice. I believe that it was grape juice, but after I did the video for corn, wine, and oil, where corn, like I said, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but I did the video for corn, wine, and oil, and corn represented wealth, and wine represented luxury, and then oil represented like an abundance of children and a family, social things such as that. And I just don't feel like you would have to tell a person to drink a luxurious item. I don't think that that is the most logical interpretation. I think that people just naturally are going to gravitate to want to drink a luxurious item. So they're going to want to drink grape juice. So here he's saying, use a little wine. So I think the more logical interpretation is that he's telling them to drink fermented wine. That's what I think the more logical interpretation is, because I just don't think you would have to tell a person to drink a luxurious item. I think that if it was, I'm not certain about this. As you can probably tell, I'm not certain about it. It comes down to, one is logical, but I think the other is more logical. It's logical to believe that grape juice is good, grape juice is good for the stomach. But it's more logical to believe that he's speaking of an alcohol here because he says, drink no longer water. I just don't think you would have to tell a person to drink grape juice because they naturally like it. So that's why I had to change my mind. So, medicinal, okay, fine, we know that you can use it medicinally. But socially, I think that the Bible kind of puts the onus on you to kind of use wine as a preventative measures. And that's where I am right now. I know we use tinctures, we do a lot of those types of things where alcohol is used, but yeah, I changed my position on it. Getting drunk, of course, is still very bad in the Bible, as I mentioned before. But I think an occasional drink socially, as long as you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, I think that the Bible teaches it's okay. All right, that was my correction. I'll talk with you in the next video.